Hi everyone, good Thursday morning. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with a video blog for you on this first day of March. Welcome to March, welcome to meteorological spring. The weather's going to be kind of wild over the next 24 hours, so let's get right to it this morning and show you what's going on. We've got some rain this morning, no doubt about it. It's going to be a washout today. The rain is continuing to push in from the south and west, and this pretty big system that's only going to get stronger as it moves over towards the east coast. This will eventually blow up into a really big nor'easter for New England and a huge wind producer down across the mid-Atlantic region. For us, it'll be rain followed by some wind and then a thump of snow, but this storm will spare us its worst impacts. We do have a slew of watches, warnings, and advisories out to our east, including a winter storm warning for a lot of New York State and a winter storm watch as nearby as Erie. Now, what I suspect you're going to see today is the Weather Service issue at least a winter weather advisory for some northeast Ohio counties and more of northwest PA. I do think that that will be warranted at some point either this morning or early on this afternoon. Let me show you why. Let's take a look at some of our computer modeling here. Again, just plan on a rainy day today. It's going to rain pretty much from here on out. And we could see up to an inch worth of rain in total before this transitions over to snow. Now that transition over to snow will probably take place mid to late evening. This is the latest NAM model at 9 o'clock this evening, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. It's snowing. So as we go on the air tonight at 11, I suspect it'll be snowing in just about our entire viewing area. And some of this could be locally heavy for a time. It's going to be driven by wind. It's going to get really windy this evening as that transition from rain to snow occurs. Now the snow will start to taper off towards daybreak, but we're going to see a 4, maybe 5 hour period here where it's going to snow at a pretty good clip. Here's a look at another one of our short range models. Show you it has a similar idea. We get into a little bit of a dry slot this evening right around 6, 7 before the snow wraps in at about 9 to 10 o'clock, and by 11 o'clock it should be snowing almost everywhere. By midnight it could be coming down pretty hard. I mentioned the wind. Let me touch on that real quickly before we get to the snowfall forecast. Here's a look at the wind gusts on the short-range modeling here, and see these kind of orange and red colors? You know, we're talking about gusts here right here at 11 o'clock tonight. This is showing close to 60 miles per hour. That might be pushing it, but we could have a brief period of really strong winds, and if this were to come to fruition, the ground will be really wet. Increasing concern about some power issues tonight with perhaps some trees coming down if we get this kind of wind with the kind of wet ground that we have now and will have after an inch worth of rain during the course of the day today. So let's not sleep on the wind. That could be a real big story tonight as well. Now, as far as the snowfall forecast here, I'm going to show you a couple of computer models in our actual forecast. Here's a look at the overnight GFS model. And it shows a pretty sharp gradient across our viewing area of, generally speaking, coating to an inch or two down south, and then increasing rapidly to the north. So once you're up towards Route 87, it has a pretty good 5, 6, 7 inches of wet, goopy snow. NAM model is even more impressive. It has almost nothing in East Liverpool, but then once you're up towards the Kinsman area and Mespo and heading across towards Greenville, it has 10 and 12 inches worth of snow. Now I think that's probably too extreme, but it shows you that the trend has been snowier with the overnight model runs. Here's a look at last night's European computer modeling, showing close to a foot up towards Ashtabula and maybe 14 inches in Erie, and then down in our viewing area, again a pretty tight gradient, an inch or two down towards Route 30, and then 7, 8 inches north of I-80. Now again, don't take these numbers verbatim. I'm just showing you what some of the modeling is showing, and I want you to pay attention to the trends, and the trends have been snowier. So here's our forecast map that we put out last night. What I suspect you're going to see us do today is bring the 2 to 4 area, which we had reserved for just the far northern areas. We're probably going to bring this down to maybe close to I-80. So anyone north of I-80 can see at least a couple of inches. We're probably going to bring the 4 to 8 area that's north of our viewing area on the current map. We're probably going to bring that down and replace the 2 to 4 area up here. So, I suspect, we're going to have a forecast out before too much longer today of 4 to 8 inches in places like Greenville, New Lebanon, Kinsman, Mesopotamia, and then 2 to 4 down to Warren and Sharon and Mercer and surrounding areas. Might hold on to the inch or two for a lot of our central and southern viewing area, but, this is going to be a pretty good thump of snow coming late this evening into the overnight, and again, it'll be preceded by an inch of rain and then some winds that could gust to 40 to 45 at least tonight. So we're going to have to watch out for some power issues, I think, overnight tonight with that kind of wind after a day of rain. So once the snow tapers off tomorrow morning, it's just a wintry, chilly, blustery day on Friday. Better things are coming over the weekend. Of course, I'm going to have you updated all day, and meteorologist Andrew DiPaolo is in the studio this morning, and he'll have a full update on the midday broadcast today. Make sure you're following him on social media as well. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Thursday, everyone.